Look alive, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Oh, man. End of Thursday night football. 49ers, after we ran our mouths all about last night's show, about how it wasn't over, the 49ers aren't dead, this and that. Looking pretty dead right now, ladies and gentlemen. Looking pretty dead. There's a lot of things you can point to. The Niners lose 12-6 to the Los Angeles Rams. At least this wasn't completely gut-wrenching like the first time that they lost to them, right? When they had the lead by 10, dominating the game, Juwan Jennings having the game of his life, and then they just blow it in the second half. Wreck a 10-point lead. Okay, so obviously you all know I'm a 49ers fan. You're all here for one reason. It's probably to see me lament and complain and get it shoved in my face, and that's what people should do because this is football. And just because the Niners are playing on Thursday night does not mean that I'm not going to get on this screen and on this microphone and not talk about it just because it's my team. I do it every Thursday night. Get on. We have a notepad full of notes. This one's a little longer because it's my team of key points of the game. And I went right down the quarters, which really, 12-6, not that much happened, but also a lot did happen because the 49ers, you had Hufanga starting his second game. He was running all over the place. Dre Greenlaw, he's back. Bosa's back. You cannot at all, at any point, place this on the defense. You just can't. You just can't. You can't do it. Like, the defense gave up 12 points. Now, when Dre Greenlaw went out, I think in the third quarter, he went off the field. The Rams scored on 3 consecutive drives. So, you look at this game, most people who are Purdy haters are going to plan and point to the downfield shots or the interception to Juwan Jennings late in the game. It was a bad throw. It was a bad throw. It was a bad decision. The worst throw was the one before that, though. That's what people are going to look at the interception and be like, "Ha, look at that. Oh, time to fire Kyle. Can't resign Brock." Yes, you can. This whole season has just been terrible. Oh, Kyle's at the podium right now. Kyle Shanahan's at the podium. What is he going to say? That was terrible. The whole thing was terrible. What's up, B. McCormick? The whole thing was terrible. What are you going to say? It was an absolute from top to bottom. You get out there, and obviously when Dre Greenlaw was out there, there's all kinds of fight. Like they were flying around on defense. I knew they were in trouble early against this defense. The 49ers offense was. When they kicked a field goal with Moody, they hit Kittle down the middle with a big play. We run 3 times trying to get Deebo the damn ball, and he's tripping over people, tackling his own guys, getting no yards at all. And it was like we were doomed from that point on, kicking that 50-some yard field goal. I'm just like, here we go. They lost a 90-game streak of scoring double digits. It was the lowest amount of yardage they've had, 197, since Purdy got hurt in 2020 NFC Championship game. It was the first time neither of these teams have scored a touchdown in the first half through 3 quarters ever between the Rams. It's not like the Rams were out there world beaters. What's his face? Stafford was 16 of 27 for 160. And you can bet. Look, Purdy did not look alive. There's Blue. What's up, Blue? He did not. Here's Will. Fire Kyle, release Purdy, release Deebo, pay Kittle, hire Bell. No. Belichick's not going there. Belichick's trying to get his girlfriend into grad school. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat because I was looking at Matt Stafford's stupid stupid stat thing. He's 16 of 27 for 160 yards. Whoop-de-doo. Brock Purdy was 14 of 31 for 142 yards. Also not great. But Matt Stafford had 3. Not a single TD in his no, for both of them. Hey, Sean McVay, Texas Burner, didn't score a touchdown either. Let's not get carried away here. He had 4 cracks at it inside the 10-yard line. He could score a touchdown. Oh, you have to rub it in. I know. Purdy's arm did not look weak. Hey, he threw that ball He threw that ball down the sideline beautifully on the interception. He threw it beautifully. So, ooh, we ate so on the under. Oh, you did eat on the under there, McCormick. Go Heels, of course, Belichick reference. But no, look, let's go right through it. Here we go. Let's go first quarter down. Let's get this chick off our screen. Who cares? First quarter, we had 3 points. In the first quarter, Deebo, Skip Bayless, shout out Skip. Deebo Samuel, first drive, 1 drop, tackled his own dude, and then had 1 short run, and then he had a false start. So he had 4 touches for 15 yards in the first quarter. Pathetic. It was forced. The whole thing was forced. They were trying to get Deebo Samuel the ball. Yeah, defense played well, but yeah, they did. They missed the interceptions. Like, what's his face? Stafford is known for this. He hit him and Jordan Love. It's happened twice now against Jordan Love and the Packers. They were hitting our guys, hitting the DBs in the chest, and they couldn't catch it. So, we're going to get up there and we're going to hear about Stafford's gritty. Stafford should have cost him that game. If Hufanga had 2 hands, and not a club hand, we would have been fine. Ball would have been picked. If Dre Greenlaw didn't blow his knee out again, he had his knee all wrapped up like a gordita, that would have, who knows? But anyways, let's go right down this. So, wait, what did I put? Oh, okay, this is what I was going to say. It was a bad first quarter because they were forcing everything to Deebo. They ran it like 6 times. 6 times they ran it in the first quarter. Why? I just put up a screen, or what was it? It was that the Rams have the 28th ranked rushing defense. And I got into an argument with people on Twitter because they're like, we can't run the ball. I'm like, you have to be able to run the ball. This defense cannot stop the run. They get out in the third quarter, they get the first possession, and they run ISO right up the middle with Isaac Guerrero. And it's like 9 yards. I'm like, let's see more of that. Get in the eye, attack these dudes, these finesse defensive linemen, and run it down their throat. So the first quarter, Greenlaw, Huff. Oh, B. McCormick's on YouTube now. Deebo needs to explain to my kids why Daddy lost all the Christmas present money on him scoring a touchdown. Hey, I had him too. I captained him in DraftKings. I was like, this dude is complaining. It was, he's most other receivers who complain and tweet and do all this stuff. Watch A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown will get out there and have like 200 yards on Sunday. So Greenlaw and Huff were everywhere, or Hufanga. And Bosa, like, all the boys are back together. You're like, this is it. This looks great. Defense looks phenomenal. Nothing. No, the offense was terrible. I don't know what the game plan was. It was clunky. It was disjunctured. It did. I don't even know if that's a word. We're trying to get the ball to freaking Deebo all the time when we should have just been running it right at him the whole time. They can't stop the run. They haven't stopped the run all year. They give up 160 yards a game. Run the ball. And then 49ers fans are yelling at me because I said run the damn ball. And they're like, we can't. I'm like, well, you better be able to, because this defense sucks against the run. That's what they've been getting killed against the run. Stafford in the first quarter still. Secondly, the rain. Had no idea. Did anybody know it was going to rain? I didn't know it was going to rain. And the crowd was pathetic. People also forgot. This is a revenge game for Jimmy G. Revenge game for Jimmy G. Nobody even brought it up. We forgot. Put my head on the head for Shambles. Oh, no. I'm not on the Shambles. They're not dead yet. They still have a percentage. I got to look at the playoff maker. I'm not dead. We're not dead yet. Yep, not a single TD. Not a single TD, Blue. I agree. But anyway, so we had the rain. Nobody saw that coming. It was awful, right? And it's offense was terrible. Those two. I think I tweeted out those two coaches. We had 7 punts in the first quarter. No first downs for the Rams in the first quarter. The Niners had one big chunk play in the first quarter to Kittle right down the middle, and then they do 3 runs, and half of them are to Deebo, and then they lose. They lose all that stuff. And then to top it all off, this is even better. Look at this. To top it all off, boom. Look, Amazon Prime has no idea who Trent Williams is. That is not Trent Williams at all. Nothing. That is not Trent Williams. That's what kind of game this was. Over here showing us this nonsense about this is Trent Williams off the IR. No, he's not. Anyways, so there was no first downs for the Rams, 7 punts. And then the second thing was it's a monsoon out there. Sean McVay is a Super Bowl winning head coach. You can't wear a sweatshirt. Like, he's out there in a sweatshirt. Somebody get that man some rain gear. Get him some rain gear. So, anyways, yeah, worst game of the season, I would agree. Should we pin him to the WXFL? I didn't know they started that, but you're onto something, McCormick. And then the second quarter. Let's go down the second quarter. So we've got we're tied 3-3 at half. In the second quarter, I literally wrote down the Rams had punted on their first 5 drives. Okay. Well, the rain was the star because that's all they kept showing. They kept showing people in the rain. The second quarter, and then there was 11 punts in the first half. We ended at 3-3. There was literally nothing in the second quarter. Nothing. At least in the first quarter, we got to make fun of Deebo. There was a Kittle big play. Greenlaw and Hufanga were out there. There was some action at least outside of the piss poor performance of the offense. I mean, look at that. These are two supposed to be the greatest masterminds offensively in the world, in football, and we have 6 points to show between them. I don't even know what Shanahan said in his press conference, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm not a fire Shanahan guy. I'm just not. I mean, you don't do that much. You don't do that much in the NFL and get to that many championships and Super Bowls and all this stuff, and you're like, oh, we got to fire this guy. No. Maybe the revenge game was too much for Jimmy G. Maybe that's what it was. So, but anyways, and I'm not like Purdy made a bad decision. It was a bad decision. But again, the throw before that to Pearsall on the post route, that was where it all started. I mean, there's so many plays you could sit here at the Niners and be like, that was the game. That was the game. The 2 picks, the one off of Hufunga's chest, the one on the first drive, the time they had before it started raining in the first quarter to get down the field and score some points other than a field goal. So the second quarter, 11 punts in the first half, 3-3. Then we get to the third quarter. Third quarter, again, it's 6-3. Okay, Jake Moody's playing the best in this. Okay, so the field goal in the third quarter, right? The first drive for the Niners, 8 yards. It's ISO. You know it's ISO because they double team the shade, and then Juszczyk is one-on-one ISO with the linebacker, and Garindo's 9 yards up the gut. And I'm like, here we go. They figured it out. They made some adjustments. We're going inside on these jokers. Nothing. The rest of the game, nothing. So, I know you tried to. I'm a Niners fan, though. I can't believe that. I have to believe that we're going to win. I know you did, McCormick. You were right. You were right. Under and Rams. I'm not denying you, but as a fan, can't confirm Tom Brady would have won that game. No, nope, not anymore. Tom Brady, I heard, got outthrown by a younger quarterback at one of his drills. So Tom Brady's lost a step. Just saying. I mean, you get okay in the third quarter, right up the gut, and then they're driving down the field on that same drive for the 49ers, right? The third down, there's 8 minutes left. That's when we had this. Hold on. Here it is. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. This is where it was right here. Here it is. Boom. Deebo Samuel off. Look, you cannot change your number, get mad on Twitter, and then do this. That's a touchdown. That is 100% a touchdown. Okay? And then, well, that's later, but here's the other version of, oh, no, wait, we'll get to that in a minute. But this right here, oh, my gosh, man. That's bad. That's bad. Bad. Can't do that, Deebo. Can't do that. So that whole thing. Oh, what was that? It's lost. Did it? I didn't want any audio to that anyways. That was a weird message I just got right there. So on that third down, there's 8 minutes to go, right? Hits off his chest. Jake Moody comes out there, gives him the lead, 6-3. Now, a couple of weeks ago, if you'd remember, Jake Moody got yelled at by Deebo Samuel for missing field goals. If I was Jake Moody, I would go over to Deebo Samuel right now, and I would say, you need to get your you know what together, buddy. Okay? Because Deebo Samuel made a fool of Jake Moody against, I can't remember who they were playing, maybe the Cardinals. I don't remember. It was in San Francisco. But Jake Moody should have gone over to him on the sideline and started fighting with him. That would have been hilarious. That's exactly what he should have done. So you had to, that right there was the play. Deebo catches that, scores a touchdown. He's vindicated. The game is probably over. He drops it. Now everybody's going to be dunking on him. So that was like the giant swing in the scales. So, and then there was another interception in the third quarter that Stafford threw to Colby Parkinson down the sideline. So, let's see. What did you say? At least we can all agree CMC should have been the MVP of the league last year. It's embarrassing. Niners took this embarrassing Niners team to a Super. Where's CMC? CMC's up there with his feet kicked up. That's where he's at. He's about to do a grok to make a great images of Kyle Shanahan to help me with a thumbnail. You should. There you go. Won a game without scoring a TD this season. The Steelers have done it. The Rams have done it. The Vikings have done it. The Commanders have. There's been done 5 times this year. There you go. So, I agree. Catch the ball. Catch the ball. I agree, Blue. So that was, so we had the whole 8-minute thing when Deebo dropped the ball, Moody kicked the field goal. That's where we're at right here at the third quarter. So Greenlaw goes off the field for the fourth quarter or the third quarter. He goes, oh man, they're interviewing Deebo. You can't run from it now, buddy. You can't run from it. That's funny. They're interviewing. He's got to. Greenlaw was off the field in the third quarter. He had a wrap around his knee, and then he was massaging his calf on his Theragun. So he went off, and as soon as Greenlaw went off the field, the Rams had an 8-minute drive, and then they scored on their ensuing 3 possessions right here. Right? They scored on the next 3 possessions, right? You see it right there early in the fourth. As soon as Greenlaw was out, they went down and kicked field goals. And you got to give it to the 49ers defense because they stopped him. They stopped him, 3 times inside the red zone? They hadn't done that all year. And they did it, finally, against the Rams, who just put up 48. So these are like, under Kyle Shanahan, the 6 is their second fewest. 6 points, second fewest. Yards, 191, fewest. First downs, 11. They've got 11 first downs. That is so bad. So bad. Oh, there you go. Can't be too mad because you bet rent. See? You should be thanking me because the Niners stink. Oh, I don't know about the NFC. I don't know about the NFC. With reporter first. You know what was funny about this? Why the hell can't we catch the ball? You know what was funny about that? Is that he said that he's not struggling, just not getting the ball. And then he got notes. He got a community, what's it called? Community notes where they said, you are struggling. You're actually leading the team in drops. And then he dropped the ball. So the third quarter was the Deebo drop was ridiculous. The fact that the Niners didn't go with the inside run game, and then Greenlaw being off the field, and then another missed interception. So Stafford threw 3 interceptable balls. The problem is that the Rams actually capitalized on an interceptable ball. That was the only one Purdy threw all night that should have been intercepted, and they capitalized. The Niners they can never catch a Matt Stafford interception. It cost them the NFC Championship like 3 years ago. So, and then the fourth quarter, the Rams finished off a 10-minute drive to get to that 6-6 right there. That was a 10-minute drive. So then on the next ensuing drive, they had the deep shot to Puka Nacua, and then they held him again to another field goal. See right there, another 27-yarder. So that one right there, 27-yard field goal. And then that was another goal line stand, so now it's 9-6. And now the Niners get the ball back, and they get a chance to drive. Okay? And then here's where we get the throw, right? Here's where we get the throw. Okay? This is the interception. That sound. Right there. So here we go. The Rams are obviously confused. Purdy getting pressure in his face, and the Rams got pressure on him all night. Like, that was unusual. The Niners had a really good pass protection pretty much all season. So here we go. Right there. I mean, Pearsall is wide open over here. But then again, Pearsall's caught like 3 balls. But Pearsall, like, we got 3 dudes on Juwan Jennings back there. And then I think this is on 2nd down. So anyways, boom, he throws the pick. Pearsall's wide open. 3 dudes back there. Here you go again. Another angle from it. Pressure in his face. Throws the ball up. Good play by the DB. Now we get to look at Deebo in his get me the ball game. 2 carries, 3 rush yards, 1.5 yard per carry, 3 receptions, 16 receiving yards, 6 targets, 2 drops, 1 false start. So there you go. So, oh my gosh. Oh, you did bet Pittsburgh to win the AFC. That's, I don't know. Deebo cost me so much money. I'm going to have to work the corners this weekend. Just dump down and parlay for Sunday. Oh my gosh. Everyone shut up about Pittsburgh, most especially. Oh, dude, don't be hating on Pittsburgh. Oh yeah. Pittsburgh's legit. Smash the like button. Thanks, dude. Smash the like button. We absolutely love that. I know, Chris, that was gross, man. Chris, that was, but I mean, look, I've watched this team more than anybody probably all year. I can guarantee you that. And you watch this team, they're playing uninspired football. They don't look inspired. Like, you can tell they want to get hype, but they do it in spurts, right? They do it like a dog. I mean, everybody's had a dog or seen a dog that's, it's older, right? It's an older dog. And when you get home, that dog just it musters up all of its energy to just go all out and be really excited for, like, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute. And then it's just like, all right, back to the same. So whenever Greenlaw is in there and Bosa's in there and they're all hyped up and, they had spurts where the first quarter you're like, oh man, this is going to be great. And then over the course of time, you're like, they just don't seem like they're interested. So, and I mean, people are going to rip Purdy for that throw. They're going to, they're going to need some Purdy sling. People are going to rip him for it. That wasn't the throw though. That thing right there, boom, Deebo, there you go. That wasn't the throw that he should have made was before this to Pearsall up the seam. Thanks, man. We do it to Creed. I want you to do it to Creed only. So people are going to rip Purdy. They're going to rip Shanahan. This season has been terrible. And I knew it was going to be terrible from the beginning whenever they lost 3 or 4 different ways by leading by 10 points. So they don't need to. No, they shouldn't rip him. They should not rip him. It was a bad throw. If the 49ers could catch on defense, Matt Stafford would have 3 interceptions. He hit 2 dudes in the face. Yes, Creed and Nickelback. Yes. Look at this photograph. You can do some damage with that one and some pretty stuff. They shouldn't rip him. Purdy, that was a bad throw. It was a bad read. There hadn't been a touchdown score all night. I love the dude that he's trying to throw to the end zone. That's what I want. That's what I want in my quarterback. You want to check down Charlie? It's a double-edged sword. The man was trying to make a play. Juwan Jennings was a ram killer last time. So, spitting all over myself out here. But it was the whole, I don't know what the plan was, but obviously the plan starting out on the game was to get Deebo the ball for some reason. I mean, I know he's complaining about it, but my goodness, that was awful. I mean, it's like it's not like the Rams did anything phenomenal. So, it's not the play-by-play. Let's look at the team stats. Those are more telling of everything. So the first downs, I mean, this was putrid. They both had less than 15. That's awful. Third down efficiency, they both sucked. Fourth down, the Rams got 1. Total plays, the Rams had 12 more plays. Total yards, The Rams were all over them. I mean, that's the thing. If when you look when you look at the Rams defense, you can't tell me that their defense is improving, which is what the Amazon Prime guys were telling us. The Amazon Prime guys were telling us, "Oh, the Rams defense much improved." It's like, no, it's not. They just gave up 50 points to the Bills. What are you talking about? This was a chance. This was a chance. This was a chance for them, for the 49ers to absolutely run all over them. And they didn't. They would not commit to the run. That's what I was so mad about. So, anyways, passing 128 to 160, rushing 63 to 142. That's where it turned. When Dre Greenlaw went out, that's when the corner turned. Red zone. The 49ers didn't even get to the red zone. How pathetic is that? Well, Purdy also threw a pick. But penalties were fairly even. Turnovers, we had the one. And then time of possession, obviously. So the Rams won an ugly game there. So, yeah, Mayo needs to go. He sucks as a head coach. There you go. Yeah, I mean, they're thin on the defensive line. Like, that's been their issue the whole last year or two. They have not been very good they haven't had much depth on the defensive line. They have speed rushers. I mean, they had Bosa, and they had, who was it last year? That's gone now. I forget who it was, but they had another bookend guy that was that Chase Young. That's who they signed, Chase Young, and then they had DeMarcus. Was it Lawrence? Was it Lawrence they brought in? Randy Gregory. That's who it was. Randy Gregory. No, Randy Gregory. So, but yeah, I mean, they were stopping the run before Greenlaw got hurt, right? They were stopping the run before Greenlaw got hurt. When Greenlaw went out, that's when everything changed. And that's, again, it happened in the Super Bowl. When he got hurt, the game was over. I mean, you knew it was over. The same thing. It's hilarious. It's crazy. And also, thoughts and prayers to everybody who played Cooper Kupp in the fantasy playoffs, everybody who played Deebo in the fantasy playoffs. That had to hurt. So, anyways, let's look at some player stats. That's what I'm saying, dude. I think he walked out on his own. Didn't he do some weird stuff like that in Tampa where he just didn't even play? All right, so a battle of the whose rating is worse. The Niners and all their, hey, they've got such a vaunted defense and pass rush. They got 0 sacks. But again, I feel bad blaming anything on the defense at all. At all. You just can't do it. Defense is really good. In my opinion, Grando didn't get the ball enough. He just didn't get the ball enough. So, Kittle, of course, leading the lead, he's the team leader in receiving yards. So, Puka was pretty good. Cooper Kupp, goose egg. Dude, that's got to hurt if you're in the playoffs in fantasy and you have him. So, there you go. Fred Warner, 15 tackles. Dre Greenlaw, 8 tackles. Look at that, dude. That is their defense right there. I don't know if they'll ever, because Greenlaw, I think he's a free agent after this year. So, but can you guess the title to tomorrow's show that I'm creating right now? The 49ers should not sign Brock Purdy, or Shanahan should be fired, or something like that. I'm not. I don't blame Purdy for that. I don't. Purdy has played well this year. I would tell you if I thought he played bad. That was a bad throw. This should be good, and Army is not. Army isn't in the playoffs. You're right. You do need a Fred Warner jersey. But I love this. Deebo Samuel, 2 rushes for 3 yards. George Kittle, leading receiver. So this game was just disgusting. It was disgusting. It was awful. I mean, if you're there you go. Hey, there you go. You think they would do it? They wouldn't do it. Here you go. 49ers should fire Kyle Shanahan, release Brock Purdy immediately. Oh, I'll be in there in the morning. Don't you worry. It's hard to defend him right now, but at the same time, if Juwan Jennings catches the third down pass, if Deebo Samuel catches the ball that hit him right in the gut and scores, it's totally different, right? Oh yeah, that's right. We might get that Jenny. We'd love to have Jenny come on. But if Deebo catches the football, he's off to the races, a touchdown. Now they're up. What was the score then? Hold on. What was the score then? Okay, that was in the third quarter. They would have been up 10-3. Stranglehold on the game. Whole vibe is different. Everything is going the right way. But it just didn't happen. Oh, I'm not defending. Now you have to defend Belichick going to Carolina, and he's trying to get his girlfriend into college. You can't tell me any different. You're having to defend Brady now in the booth. I'll defend him. Are you kidding me? That's how Dave Portnoy got famous, was defending Brady and Belichick. So, counterpoint to you. You should be defending him. Maybe the next Barstool. That's how Portnoy and Hank Lockwood. There you go. You got to get arrested. Maybe I should get arrested for Brock Purdy and Shanahan. No, I can't do that. I have kids and I have to go to work. But anyways, what are we gonna do next? Let's get this out of here. Hold on. So I went through every note that I had on my notepad, but now I've got to hold on. I got to figure it. There it is. There it is. Let's share. Let's get this out of here because we got to look at our what we were talking about. There we go. There we go. This is what we put on here. This is what we were looking for, ladies and gentlemen, before the game started. Hold on. Trust the system. Yeah, I would trust the system. If they finish 5-12, he doesn't need to be doing interviews. He needs to be right in the right room and training. Well, I can give him some rehab tips. Just tell him that. So Belichick is doing this to give his son the job. Belichick will leave before next season. You see what they did to his contract? He's going to get paid. It drops from $10 million to $1 million after 2025. So sneaking out the back door. That's right. So that's what. So can't believe he went back to college. Like, are you kidding me? Who doesn't want to go to Franklin Street on Halloween? You think he's not going to show up there in football season? You're crazy. If you don't know what Franklin Street is, look it up in Chapel Hill. So, okay, this is what we were looking at. Javi said the loser misses the playoffs. Hard to argue that. But if the playoff predictor says we have a chance, then we have a chance. But actually, if I'm just completely flummoxed what Shanahan was doing with the game plan. It was clear that he wanted to get Deebo the football. And that was the goal early on, and that's what cost him. So, so he said, I don't know. I don't believe it. I'm not going to believe it until they're mathematically eliminated. I will stand on this show, and then when they lose and they're out, I will still come on this show. Not who else is going to get on here after their team loses like that? Huh? So, credit to me, credit to us, because you got to be able to take the criticism. Got to be able to take the criticism. So, Chapel Bill, we'll see. We'll see about that. Okay. Butch P said, put his face back on the preview. Done. Did it. Check. Put a check by that one. 49ers lose the state of California if they lose this game. They got swept. They're no longer the state champions. That's a good point, Tex. Tex nailed that one. Not the state champions. Dylon said, over-under on a 3-to-1 ratio, how many penalties get called against the 49ers for Stafford? Dylon is a bitter Vikings fan. Dylon is a bitter Vikings fan. So he still is mad at Matt Stafford from the Detroit Lions game, or Detroit Lions days, and when Stafford and the Rams beat the Vikings this year. So I thought there were a couple of flags thrown. There were a couple of flags thrown in the end zone, the red zone, and I thought they were going to go against the Niners, but thankfully they didn't. So we can rule that one out. And then this is the NFL divisional round for the 49ers and Purdy's playoffs. So this counts. I have to own that. This counts as a playoff loss for Brock Purdy. Playoff. There you go. Look, B. McCormick. That's right. Look at that. And then I agree with that. I always take the criticism when I'm wrong. I'm just never ask my chat. No, I know what you did. There was an alleged after the Rams 49er Seahawks lock of the year, the Hawk lock of the year, the lock Tua. You were nowhere to be found. So I did have to sit up here on the Super Bowl when the Niners lost a 10-point lead again and have everybody laugh at me. And that's okay. That's okay. So, anyways, these were the points. I don't even know where we're going with this anymore. It's hard to look at that game when you held the Rams to 12 points and the Niners only scored 6. And that, the last 3 games, so they played the Bears last week and everybody thought they were back. So they beat bad teams, really. They beat bad teams. That's what they do. They can still do that. But the running game looks broken. I don't know what it is, but something about it does not look right. They love the outside zone scheme. So I don't know. It doesn't look like it. I don't know if they've been figured out, if Shanahan's been figured out as far as how to attack his outside zone, if they, what the deal is with that. But it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look like it used to. So, but I still believe I'm a pretty guy through and through. I love what he's done. I've seen the dude bring us back from the depths. Oh, come on, Blue. Come on. You can't say that. You don't remember that. That's right. Yeah, that's right. You weren't even there. But no, I believe in Purdy. I think people don't give him a lot of credit. It's like, oh, he doesn't have the Avengers. I mean, the dude's put up some really good numbers. And people are going to drag him tomorrow on the radio waves, the airwaves, everybody included. They're going to say, "Oh, he doesn't." People are going to get up there, and I'm just saying he's got too many statistics. He's done too much for people not to believe in him, right? Today was not about Purdy. Today was about Deebo. So the whole squeaky wheel, all that stuff with Ayuk, with Deebo. I mean, I've said it before. All these dudes are on so many commercials right now. They're not focused on football. It happened to the Eagles last year. Eagles went to the Super Bowl. They went 10-1. Everybody's da-da-da-da-da. And then they lost like 7 games. And you could tell they weren't focused. It's not like they didn't have the talent. So I miss the plays when Shanahan used to draw up where people are just wide open. It's like he's fatigued too. They need this to get kicked in the face. So, but anyways, I don't have anything else to say. This has been a lot of fun. The chat is always the best part about this is that you know that we're going to show up no matter what, whether the Niners win, whether the Niners lose, it doesn't matter. Not like J-Vi, the Bills lost the other day. He didn't show up. I'm just kidding. He'd show up if he could. But this was a lot of fun. We're still going to be on there Sunday. Don't worry about it. Oh, that's a good reference, B. McCormick. Radio Shack. Shout out Radio Shack. Okay. I have nothing left. I've yelled enough into this microphone and I want to go to bed. So this was a lot of fun, everybody. This was great. And thank you, Will. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, B. McCormick. Thank you, Mr. Butter Biscuits. Thank you, BMO. You guys are awesome for coming in here and listening to me yell into this microphone about the Niners. And I still believe in Purdy. I mean, he's got all these records. I could go down the list of records that this guy has. He's got the most games of passer rating over 140 in his first 3 years. Okay? That's a franchise quarterback. He's got the third most wins. Okay, he's got the third most wins since coming in. So the guy's got the stats. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. We believe in that. I believe in that. Yeah. You guys are awesome. This was fun. I love when everybody's in here. We'll see you maybe Saturday night, but if not, Sunday night. We got to do the pick 'em again on Saturday night. We'll see if we got it. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Doesn't have a winning this. Look, the Rams finally are on a winning streak. The Niners won 8 in a row against them. Now the Rams have won 3 in a row. See you later.